make America great again. Donald Trump.
Do protests increase the spread of the virus? I think I can make a general statement.
Well, 500,000 protesters on June 6th alone.
Yeah.
I'm just asking that number of
No.
people, does it increase the spread of the virus?
Crowding together, particularly when you're not wearing a mask, contributes to the spread of the virus.
Should we limit the protesting?
I'm not sure what you mean. How do we say limit the protesting?
Should government limit the protesting?
I don't think that's relevant to.
Well, you just said if it increases the spread of the virus. I'm just asking, should we limit it?
Well, I'm not in a position to determine what the government can do in a forceful way.
Well, you make all kinds of recommendations. You make comments on dating, on baseball, on everything you can imagine. I'm just asking you. You just said that protests increase the spread. I'm just asking you, should we try to limit the protests?
No, I think I would leave that to people who have more of a position to do that. I can tell you.
Government stopping people from going to church, Dr. Fauci.
Yeah.
Last week in the Calvary Chapel case, 5 liberals on the Supreme Court said it was okay for Nevada to limit church services.
I'm going to ask you again, because nobody believes you when you say you don't know how much money your family has got from the We Group. So you've had a month to look into that. You knew you were going to testify here. Again, how much money total have your brother, mother, and spouse received from this organization? How much?
That information has been publicly shared, but I will highlight.
Well, then tell me what it is.
My mother
How much?
has
just the dollar figure.
Throughout her life.
The dollar figure, Prime Minister.
Various ways, and is proud of the work that she's done, and I'm proud of her.
How much? I'm looking for a dollar figure.
We can get that number for you if you like. It's been out in the media.
It's been in the media, but you don't know it?
I don't have it in front of me. And quite
you don't
frankly,
know how much your family has received from this organization, which you tried to give $500 million, really?
Can I answer, Mr. Poilievre?
I'm waiting. You haven't done an answer so far. Let's make this the first one.
My mother has worked as an advocate.
The dollar figure, Prime Minister.
Speaker for many good organizations across the country.
Mr. Prime Minister, you are being asked a direct question at a parliamentary committee.
Support her because she does her own work, and I'm proud of the work that she does. Point of order. But I do not feel that it is my responsibility to peer into the work my mother is doing, because I have
point of order to suspend.
She's doing.
Point of order to suspend.
I've come to learn that the chairperson's power has gone out and is no longer part of this meeting. May I propose that we?
It's okay. We can keep Prime Minister and I can continue talking.
No.
I suspected that might be a problem. It's very convenient timing for the lights to go out.
Look, I got a message to the effect that his power has gone out. I have no reason to distrust him.
I hope you don't pull the fire alarm now.
So if we're going back to how you were talking about this is shadowing the overall message about Black Lives Matter, right? You feel like the late night demonstrations are taking away from the fight for racial justice.
These aren't late night demonstrations. This is criminal activity. Okay. There's a difference. Okay. What you have failed in the media have failed to distinguish between, you seem unwilling to call people engaged in criminal conduct as criminals, as opposed to lawful protesting.
Well, some may argue that the way the federal agents are acting is criminal too, and we're not saying that.
Argue away on that.
But we're not saying either, so.
Well, so I'm just saying there needs to be a distinction made between lawful, constitutionally protected protest and this. This is unlawful.
Okay, so.
And people, whether you're an opportunist, an antagonist, an agitator, or an anarchist, call it out for what it is.
So you're saying the late night activity, that is criminal.
What I'm telling you is you seem to refuse to call something late night activity. This is criminal.
I just said the late night activity that you say is criminal, right?
What I'm saying is, why can't you call it out as such?
Because I'm not.
You're using late night activity. It sounds like a party. It's criminal. Look at the debris. We haven't had a front door since July 3rd. That's criminal. Okay, so
But I'm just saying, I'm not a police officer. I don't get to distinguish that. That's not my job.
No, but you can call it out for what it is. You're choosing terms that sort of downplay the criminal activity. And what I'm suggesting is, if there is an honest accounting of what this is, that helps build the reality check for how this can stop. That's my point.
WHO considered Taiwan's membership. Hello?
I'm sorry, I can't hear. I couldn't hear your question.
Okay, yeah. Let me repeat the question.
No, that's okay. Let's move to another one then.
A few moments later.
I'm actually curious on talking about Taiwan as well, on Taiwan's case.
Mr. Speaker, only a liberal would believe that a simple yes or no question could be muddying the waters. The HST and GST will either be collected on the carbon tax or it won't. The Prime Minister can tell Canadians right now if he will be applying HST and GST on his carbon tax, yes or no.
Honourable Prime Minister. Mr. Speaker, we have been laying out the details of our approach on pricing pollution now, not just for the past few weeks that we've been announced the details of it, but over the past...
Trigger warning. I exist. I love Trump. Hey, I'ma vote Trump 2020, Trump 2020. I'ma vote Trump 2020.